Good morning, everyone. Today we will be dealing with material handling equipments, the different types of material handling equipments. Then, as stated in the modules before, there are three S, which stands for standardization, simplification, and specialization. We will be dealing what are those and what are the definitions of the same and codification and stock verification. The definition and what do you mean by that? What are the advantages? These will be the things which will be dealt in this session. So, without much further delay, let's go to what is material handling equipment. Before going, let us just brush upon what is material handling. Material handling is efficient way by which the short distance movement of goods that usually takes place within the confines of a building, such as a plant or a warehouse, or between a building and transportation agency, is handled. That is material handling. So, within the company premises, if the movement of materials need to be done, that is called as material handling. There are different types of material handling equipments. Conveyors, it is told that there are around 20 types of conveyors which are available. Examples of conveyors are belt conveyors, roller conveyors, chain conveyors. Basically, those are equipment which are used to move materials over a fixed path. It is used for movement in fixed path. Second one is crane. Cranes are equipment used to move material over variable paths in a restricted area. Variable path, restricted area. Examples of cranes are bridge cranes, stacker cranes, etc. Now moving to the third one, industrial truck. Industrial trucks are equipments used to move materials over variable paths with no restriction on the area covered by the movement. Crane, there is a restricted area where it can be operated. In industrial truck, it is using variable path, but there is no restriction. And the fourth one is automatically guided vehicles, otherwise called as AGVS. These do not require any operator and offer a flexibility in the path they travel and the functions they perform. So basically, you don't need any operators. It can be controlled by signals set through wires embedded in the floor or inductive tape on the floor space. So that is AGVS, which is nothing but automatically guided vehicles. Now the next one is elevators. It is a type of crane that lift materials between floors. In order to move materials between two floors, we can use elevators. The next one is hoist. These are devices which move materials vertically and horizontally in a limited area. When materials must be lifted prior to moving from one point to another, we will use hoist. And the last one is industrial robot. It is a mechanism which has a movable arm like projection with a gripper on the end that can perform a variety of repetitive tasks. It is flexible. So these are the different types of material handling equipment. Conveyors, there are 20 types of conveyors. It is moved in a fixed path. The example is belt conveyor, chain conveyor, etc. Then comes cranes where variable paths can be used, but the movement is only permitted in restricted area. Industrial truck, variable path, no restricted area. So then AGVS, which is automatically guided vehicle. Then elevators to move the materials between floors, we will be using it. Hoist, these are devices which move vertically and horizontally in limited area. The last one, industrial robot which is flexible and it is operated in a flexible manner. Okay. Now, next one, what is standardization? Let's see the definition. So, standardization means like setting the standard and coordination of industry factor to comply with these standards and to maintain them during the periods for which they are effective is known as industrial standardization. Setting of standards and coordination of industry factors to comply with these standards to maintain them during the periods for which they are effective. That is called industrial standardization. There are a lot of benefits of standardization. The four benefits being cost reduction benefit, quality benefit, flexibility benefit, and responsiveness. So one is cost, quality, flexibility, and the last one, responsiveness. Cost reduction benefit, like inventory cost can be reduced, floor space reduction is possible, ordering expenses can be avoided if common parts are being used, then overhead cost reduction can be done, purchasing cost can be reduced. These are the benefits under cost benefit. Quality benefit, you can have product quality because we are using standardized products, standardized equipments, tools or materials wherein it is easy to maintain the quality of the product. Continuous improvement is possible and you can automatically reduce the vendors. If you are using standardized, there will be supplies can be reduced to a limited numbers. Then flexibility benefit, you can eliminate setup, like we are using standardized things, so the time taken to set up will be reduced. Inventory reduction is there. Simplify supply chain management, internal material logistic, flexible manufacturing, and responsiveness, easy to build, that is built to order, parts are available, quicker deliveries from vendors. So these are the benefits of standardization. Four benefits are there: cost benefit, reduction benefit, quality benefit, flexibility benefit, and responsiveness. Okay, now let's see what are the advantages of standardization. For example, if we are using, like in this picture it is told, okay, if it is a standardized procedure, everyone will follow the same procedure or everyone will make the same products, so there won't be any problem due to dissimilarities. Okay, advantages of standardization, it will give better quality products, better methods and tooling systems will be there, better utilization of manpower, then delivery dates we can fix it because there is no much changes in the procedures which are being followed. Then you can always have margin of profit, better product delivery, easy availability of sales part, and after sales services are available. What is the disadvantages? Reduction in choice, the number of products which will be available will be reduced. Standard one set, there will be resistance if you want to make changes to it. Then it tends to favor only large companies, and it becomes very difficult to come up with new models because we have already set a standard. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of standardization. Definition of standardization is very important uh, when it comes to your exams. Then next one, simplification. What do you mean by simplification? Simplification is the process of reducing the variety of products manufactured. Simplification is concerned with reduction of product range, assemblies, parts, materials, and design. You are simplifying either the product or the work. It can be either a simplification which is done to your product, which is your final thing which you are giving or the process or the work. Okay, so that is simplification. Advantages are simplification involves fewer parts, varieties, and changes in products. Simplification reduces variety, provides quick delivery and better sales services, reduce inventory, so better inventory control is possible, lowers the production cost, reduce the price of product, and improves product quality. Basically, simplification means elimination of all the superfluous varieties, size, dimension, etc., whichever is not needed or which you are too much customization which is there, you are trying to avoid it. So that is about simplification. So first S was standardization, second S was simplification, and third one is specialization. Specialization implies expertise in some particular area or field. It is experience that as the company expand the range of their product, manufacturing system involves more operations for transforming input to output. So specialization means it will be like focusing on those areas which the company is good at. Okay, and specialization and standardization will lead to higher productivity. There will be certain specialized process which will be uh, really good for that company, and if you are giving more priority to that one, naturally your productivity will increase, and increase in output and reduction in per unit cost of production. Savings in purchase of raw materials, these are the advantages. So first one, higher productivity, reduction in per unit cost of production, savings in purchase of raw materials, and improvement of quality. These are the advantages. Disadvantages of specialization is less flexibility. Then there will be boredom and monotony because you are more focused on those areas which are having specialization. For example, those people who are good at bottling, they will be given or they will be doing the bottling process. Those who are good at say making something or quality, they will be specialized for that one, by which the efficiency or productivity can be improved, but in terms of the satisfaction level of the workers, it will be reduced because it will cause boredom or a monotony of work will be there. The next one is, what do you mean by codification? Sorry, stock verification. Stock verification is nothing but checking physically how much units are there in with you as inventory. It is a process of physically counting, measuring, or weighing the entire range of items in the store and recording the results in a systematic manner. The purposes served by stock verification are as follows: to reconcile the stock records and documents for their accuracy and usefulness, identify the area which require more disciplined document control, to back up balance sheet stock figures, and to minimize pilferage and fraudulent practices. This is more of a it is a function like inventory control. It is a control system which will be there. If you have seen, standardization, simplification, and specialization is more to increase your productivity or improving your production. Stock verification is more of an inventory control system wherein you are ensuring that your products or the inventory is kept and documented properly. Okay, so that's about stock verification. Now next one, codification. It is to identify each inventory. There will be a specific code which will have a number. It can have alphabets also, which will be dividing it into different groups, subgroups, type and dimension of the item. So this about codification. Codification should be compact, concise, consistent, and flexible. If new items are coming, your system of codification should be in such a manner that it is easy to code it or to come up with a similar method of identifying the new items. So this is what you call as codification. Now objectives of codification. Why we need codification as such? It is to identify each items, to bring all items together, and to enable putting up of any future item in its proper place. If new product is being used, where, which category it belongs to, how to identify that, this codification will help you. It will help to classify item based on its characteristic. It give a unique code for the people who are maintaining it in order to avoid duplication and any confusion regarding understanding which one it is. And it will be helpful for to promote standardization and to reduce the varieties. It establish a common language for identification of an item, essential parameters for specifying an items as per national and international standards, and to enable data processing and analysis. So basically today what we dealt was what are the different types of material handling equipments, then what are the 3S: standardization, simplification, specialization. Then we came up one method by which we are controlling the inventory in hand using stock verification. What do you mean by codification? What are the objectives? These are the things which we learned in this module. Hope it was a informative session. In case you have any doubts, please feel free to contact. Thank you.